There is a very special gallery show happening at Winter Street Studios at Sawyer Yards. A few dozen children will be showcasing photos they've taken in a photography class, but it's not just any old class.
That is so true. In this class, the students come from all different backgrounds, and they share at least one thing in common. They've each been diagnosed with some type of cancer.
I know how to smile. Oh, but sweet.
On a bright weekend morning at Silver Street Studios, these photography students are busy snapping,
Oh, that's so cool.
laughing, and exploring.
I like them. Good.
The free classes are all part of the Pablove Shutterbugs program, named after a 6-year-old boy named Pablo who lost his life to a rare form of cancer. The Pablove Foundation provides funding for promising pediatric cancer research and aims to improve the lives of children living with cancer through the arts. Students aged 6 to 18 are given cameras and then meet weekly to learn new skills and explore their creativity.
Fish eye effect.
And to focus on something other than their cancer treatments.
Today, they're learning about light and shadow.
Sasha Della is their instructor.
It's amazing to me. The kids are so joyful. Once they got started on their cameras on the first day and started to get to know each other, they are so joyful and they're having a blast. It's amazing.
I always kind of had an interest in taking photos.
Carla is 13 years old.
A year ago, I had surgery. I had a tumor in my leg. I'm just in physical therapy learning how to walk now.
During treatment, Carla spent more time in the hospital than in school.
I missed almost the whole of 6th grade. I missed 7th grade, and now I'm in 8th grade.
For now, she's homeschooled and trying to focus on the positive things in life through the lens of her camera.
Just being happy kind of helped me. Having a positive attitude helped me. I really kind of just held on.
For 15-year-old Ray, the Shutterbugs program has helped her find beauty in the small things in life.
Well, I have a love for the ocean, so anything that has to do with water, I adore. But I like to take photos that are of different perspectives, like ones looking up or down, places that people don't usually look. So in my photos, I capture some of my medical bracelets. Some are from hospital stays, others are just from chemo treatments. And I don't know, it's just a beauty in the world that I had occasionally missed out on. I realized I needed to slow down and just look at life a little bit more.
Ray and Carla are just 2 of about 50 Shutterbugs students who participated this year, Pablove's first year in Houston.
We have kids from all over. They come to Houston to get specialized cancer treatment. They may have these great struggles in their lives, but I hope that they learn to feel proud of their own creative ability and express themselves. And I think that's really important.
No matter where each student comes from or the cancer struggles they've faced, their determination to move forward is something we can all learn from.
When life doesn't give you another choice, it's amazing what you can actually accomplish.
If I've gone through cancer, I don't really think there's anything I can't get through. Yeah.
What an incredible introduction. I have to tell you, like the way that you started this piece, hearing these kids smiling and laughing and getting emotional because it's just, they have a lesson for all of us.
Yeah.
Slow down.
They certainly do. And folks, joining us now with more on the Pablove Foundation in tonight's gallery show at Winter Street Studios, we have the CEO of Pablove, Kirsten Lynham. Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Forgive us for being emotional, but that last photo. So Pablo was a 6-year-old boy. Tell us how the foundation started.
It started with the journey of cancer for Pablo. His cancer was detected when he was very small. He had treatments for over a year and he died just a few days after his 6th birthday. His parents are very media savvy and they have a huge circle of friends. And in order to keep up their community, and so many people fell in love with little Pablo. He was just a very extraordinary, exuberant, fun-loving kid. they started a blog to keep everybody informed. And as this continues, and eventually Pablo died, unfortunately, people had given them money just to help offset all the cost of the treatment. And they figured, what are we going to do with this? Well, we're going to start a foundation to remember Pablo, and thus the name Pablove. And here we are 10 years later. We have served so many kids, and yeah, it's just a journey of joy, and we're just trying to give something positive and something with smiles to our kids.
It really is, because it allows those kids to just explore and be a kid and not worry about the adult lessons that they've been through.
It is extraordinary. These kids, I've met quite a few of them, and when you meet them, you feel enriched.
Yeah.
These little people, they had to endure already so much, and they have to grow up so fast, and that's the beauty of our program. We let them be kids again.
And in addition to the photography component, the funding of seed grants, that is a critical part of Pablove's work, Kirsten.
Absolutely. I'm so glad you're saying that. It's a two-sided mission. On one side, we want kids to live a loveful life today, the arts, and then the science on the other side is and a cancer-free life tomorrow. And that is why we use our donations to also sponsor seed grants.
It's really great, too, that it's photography. It's something from the arts. It lets them be creative. And I'm guessing there was that was the method behind the madness, right?
So after Pablo died, the parents found a lot of pictures that he had taken, and it made them think. It made him think, and it made him realize that there was something in photography that meant something to their little guy. And of that, they developed the idea, why don't we do this in an organized fashion for other children as well? And what we are finding is that as kids go through the program, they learn a lot. So it's a very structured learning, but they also get community. So you mentioned in your packet that kids get pulled out of school, and it's a very solitary part. Having cancer, having to go to the hospital often, kids don't get invited to birthdays anymore, and they get lonely. And they go to our classes, and cancer isn't necessarily invited to the party when they go to class, and they get to be just little kids, and they are joyous. They hop around, and there's some kids in wheelchairs, and you can see they don't look all that together health-wise, but it doesn't matter. They're just happy together, learning and enjoying each other and the lessons.
And Kirsten, we're out of time, but tonight there is the gallery show that we mentioned. It's happening at Winter Street, which is right next to Silver Street at Sawyer Yards. There's some info on your screen. This is a totally free event, and what's great is you show up. We'll post a link on our Facebook page where you can RSVP. But you show up totally free. There will be mingling, but you will have a chance to purchase some of these photographs that these young people have taken. They will be displayed gallery style on the wall. These students can have their moment with their families. And then, of course, Kirsten, the proceeds go right back into the foundation.
Right back into sponsoring research.
Which is fantastic. Well done on that story. Fantastic.
Well, it's a fantastic organization, and we're so glad to have you in Houston.
And we're so glad to be here. Great city, great people, and it's a total joy for us to make our Houston site bloom and blossom, and hopefully we'll be back with more good news as time goes on.
For us as well, it's a pleasure. Kirsten Lynham, thank you so much for stopping by, and we'll see you all tonight.
Thank you for having me.